What's going on, everybody? I've got some super good news for everybody today. The doors of the church, the building of the church anyhow, is going to be reopened starting this Sunday. I hesitate to say church is open back up because church was never shut down. We've been continuing to worship and preach and do what the church does. But we are able to get back into the building that we have met in for so long. And that is going to happen this Sunday. I'm so pumped up about it. Stay tuned, please, to listen to the details because you need to know what's going on, how it's going to go on. So let me start with this. First of all, we knew that they were going to be reversing, or at least we had some heads up, that they were going to be reversing the stay-at-home order, moving backwards at a phased approach, and that the first phase, which we are in now, would only allow for groups of 10. And so originally we thought, well, that's not going to work for us at the current time, at least to get a bunch of people into the same building. However, this new provision allows for groups of 10 in the same space, so long as those groups are 6 feet apart. And we did not see that coming. We are super happy about it though, because it allows us to kind of be creative and make it possible for us to get back together and worship together. And so we're going to be doing that this Sunday. A couple of very quick points. I should have had my notes up here. Where are my notes? Hold on a second. There they are. All right. Couple of quick things. With the new stipulations, we are just not going to be able to do kids programs like we would like to. And so we discussed, how do we do kids programs? What does it look like? And we feel like, at least for the next couple of weeks until we hit phase 2, that it's just going to be best for us as a body of believers to have our families worship together. And so what that means is we're not going to be running specific programs for kids. In fact, we won't have programs for kids 5th grade and under, no nursery, any of that, at least not for the next couple of weeks while we are still in phase 1. And so we want to encourage you, though, if you have children, bring them. Don't feel like you can't come because you're afraid your kids are going to be rambunctious or energetic. Hey, we want them there. We want to see your faces. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, we get that too. No pressure. But we are going to just simply be having church service. There's going to be one service that everybody's in from ages 1-year-old to 100-year-old. We're just all going to be together. And we'll be in groups of 10, 6 feet apart. So we also thought there was a chance we might need the space for overflow. Since we're going to have to space out in the sanctuary, the question was, where do we put people if we run out of space? And so we're going to be utilizing the areas normally used for children's church and those types of spaces, the youth room. We're going to be utilizing it for overflow. So you need to know that to be planning ahead. A couple of things about, so what does that mean for the church going forward, the Well Worship Center? Well, first of all, this week, you need to know that 7 p.m. on Wednesday, we're going to have prayer meeting at the church. No kids classes, no refuge youth group, no nursery, just corporate prayer meeting in the sanctuary. Join us at 7 p.m. Wednesday for that. Normally, the testimony series goes out Wednesday at 7 p.m. We're going to launch that tonight at 7 p.m. So be looking tonight, whether it's on the app, Facebook, YouTube, our website, thewellwc.church. Be looking for the testimony series to come out. I'm telling you, tonight is a powerful story. We have Taylor Grieving sharing her story with us tonight, and it's heart-wrenching, but it ends in a great flurry of hope of God being with her through it all. So please join us tonight, 7 p.m. for that. This Thursday at 7 p.m., Jason Garraway is going to be hosting a Zoom meeting. I think they're going to have some type of devotion, and it gives you the opportunity to get some screen face-to-face time and actually see people, communicate with people. If you're interested in being part of that Zoom meeting, check in Thursday with us on all those same platforms I've already mentioned, and we'll have the information on how to get connected to that Zoom meeting. Our offices are open this week. We are in the office, we're working, and we're doing a lot of work. In fact, we're painting the sanctuary and hope to have it all done before Sunday when you all show up. So, but the offices are open this week, and we are back in functioning mode, and we are just pumped up about it. I want to make sure that everybody knows that we're going to continue to put out announcements and content. There are a handful of people that, even though this provision has been allowed, are just not comfortable yet making that step. And we don't want to pressure you and make you feel like you've got to be there. And in fact, we're going to do everything we can to keep putting out content like this and the type of things that we've done over this last month and a half. We're not just going to leave you in the dark because all of a sudden the building is open. So be expecting to continue to hear from us and receive content from us. And then the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys, out of John chapter 8, I was reading John chapter 8 this morning, and this verse jumped out at me, and I just think it's so applicable to everything we're going on through right now. You're going to be surprised on the verse, but here it is. Jesus is speaking to a group of people that were wanting to throw stones at a woman caught in the act of adultery. And Jesus said, "Let him that is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone." You know the story. They ended up dropping the stones and walking away because none of them could say they were without sin. Now here's the point. That, guys, none of us really have the right to be judging each other. And as a pastor, I get to hear everybody's points of view, and trust me, there are 1,000 of them. And so just be kind, all right? You know, maybe you feel that it's crazy that people are going back and meeting in groups already. That is your prerogative, but don't judge the rest of the people that don't feel that way. Maybe you feel like it's crazy that people are still acting as if this whole thing is a big, serious mess. That's your prerogative, but be kind and gracious to people who see it from that perspective. And you will find there are 1,000 other perspectives in between. And brothers and sisters, we need to be loving to each other. We need to be kind. There needs to be no pressure one way or the other. We just need to encourage people to live out their life the way they believe God would have them to live it out. We need to honor one another's freedoms to choose what they do with their life, freedom to choose how they respond to this situation. And what we all need to do is just get the stones and drop them. Quit throwing them. And let's get our eyes on Jesus, and let's worship Jesus, and let's get our hands lifted to heaven together. And let's do that this weekend, whether you're going to do it with us from your home, watching live, or whether you're going to do it with us at the church Sunday morning. Hey, you know what else is awesome? Sunday morning is our 14-year anniversary. This is our church anniversary, and we are able to start back up on the Sunday of our anniversary. This is so awesome for me. I'm just pumped about it. Sunday is also Mother's Day. Don't forget about that, guys. Sunday is Mother's Day. We're going to be celebrating moms on Sunday. And just can't wait to get back into church. I'm so happy. I've got some good news for you all. Guys, we love you. Stay tuned. As things progress, we'll continue to let you know what's going on. But for now, 9 a.m. and 10:40 a.m., we're going back to our normal service times Sunday morning. We hope to see you there.